How's it going, everybody? It's PJ for Pete_J on YouTube, PJ Play on Twitch. We're back into Motorcycle Mechanic Simulator. When we left the shop last time, we had just purchased our first bike from the junkyard. It's a dirt bike, and we were in the process of tearing it down. Then we were going to go over to the bench to see what parts we could fix and what parts we couldn't. We'd do some reassembly. The other thing that I'd like to do, my main emphasis is, for now, is going to be, I think it was tab, yeah, is if we look at the map, we do have another shop that's open to us. We can buy, we are on Angelo Drive, actually. That's where we're at. We can buy the barn garage. That has opened up for us. It's slightly bigger than a simple garage. An old-fashioned place for your workshop. If you need to work on more than 2 motorcycles at once, this place can do the trick. It's $20,000 though. We currently only have $14,499, and again, a lot of that is due to the fact that we bought this motorbike, this dirt bike. Before that, we had about 20 grand. So even then, we didn't have enough money. But let's go ahead and finish tearing down the dirt bike so that we can, like I said, we'll fix what we can fix on the bench, and then we'll reassemble and we'll park it in our motorcycle parking, and we'll start to hit up. We really got to do, we're going to have to grind on projects, which you can see up in the right-hand corner are coming in kind of fast and furious. So we're building up quite the reputation. Things are going well. I think I'm starting to understand the game a little bit better. Do I have to, I think I might have to empty this, right? Motorcycle maintenance. No, I don't want to fill it. I want to fill it. I want to disassemble. Okay, so we have to remove the fuel valve. Oh, and we got to remove the petrol filter. Oh, we got to move. Where are we at here? Okay, so that's not hooked up. The filter, we gotta get the filter off first. Okay, so yes, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna continue to tear down, get everything over to the bench. We'll start to try and, like I said, well, I just said that. We'll repair what we can repair. I don't think we can we take this off, even though it's, I guess so, right? Pull the forks. Oh, we got to take the hold fast out. Hold fast. There it is. All right. What else? Got to remove the brakes, pads. Front axle. I'll take the fork off. Brake disc. We'll unmount the tires too to see if there's anything we can do to fix those. And I think if it's anything like Car Mechanic Simulator, you do have to unmount the tire. Otherwise, it just sees it as a combination, so it won't allow you to kind of repair anything. So just keep going through, pulling everything off. Yeah, I probably should have bought the garage first, but I'm actually getting into this game. You know, like the more I can stick with it, because it's a learning process for me. You know, I'm not really 100% on the whole thing, but as long as I can remember the advances that I made, you know, the previous time out, well then I'm okay. How do I remove that? It's in the inside of the spark plug. There it is. Okay. Yeah, a little bit tricky to get to, that spark plug. I'll pull the cylinder head. Gasket. Lower gasket. Piston roller. I wonder if I'm going to have to pull the rings separately or if it's just one piece. Again, it's a good opportunity to kind of figure out how things work in the game, because we're going to basically take it down to nothing. We're going to take everything down to, there's a transmission cover, okay. And we can take the engine gasket cover, oil filler cap, engine oil pump. There's the oil pump right there. Oop. Oop. Wrong thing. All right, so now we're going to unbolt the engine from the frame. All right. All right, there it is. Last but not least, the frame. Disassembly of the frame will result in motorcycle disappearing from the garage. Are you sure you want to take the frame off the lift? Disassembly of the frame will result. Okay. All right, I've taken everything off now. I'm assuming I still have it. It's just not add parts. Select all. Accept. All right, it's going to cost us $1,573 to repair all the parts. And I'm hoping there's a... We'll see what happens. Going through and fixing all the parts. Then, like I said, we'll slap it together. I didn't think it through. Again, I probably should have waited till I got the bigger garage with multiple repair stations, because having just the one, you have reached the next rank of skill. Okay. And now I need money, so I have to move this bike out of the way so I can actually do some work. All right, we're getting close. But all this stuff now, I believe, gets fixed to 100%. A little bit more straightforward than the Car Mechanic Simulator, where it's kind of a... Okay. Is this more stuff? What all did I add? Because all this stuff still looks like it's in bad shape. All right, well, I think that's an anomaly, because I think that's the same stuff that I had before. So if I go here, oh, I'm not sure what I did though. Electro Motors, it's not, it's a Desert Eagle Racing Speedy, right? Looking for the frame. Where is the frame? Is this the shop, or is this what I have in my inventory? This is the shop. Okay. So what am I doing? Progress motorcycle management. There's the frame, 100%. Okay, it is paintable. All right, so that was kind of concerning me a little bit, because I was not sure if that was going to be okay. Take that apart. I think, did it have two separate wheels? It must have, right? Obviously, the fancy wheel is going to be the better of the two. But we'll run this through and see if we can get these repaired as well. All right, there we go. Back to the table. Repair, add parts. I want that rim front. Accept. Well, I want to add more parts than that though. All right, so let's see if we can find the other rim and the other tire. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta get the electro repair so I can make electrical repairs. I can't do that yet, so we may want to look at our skills tree to see if I did select that, right? Add part, no? Accept. Tire rear, add part. Rim front, it doesn't say. Okay, I want this. Accept. Okay, maybe I gotta repair this first. Let's do that, okay. It doesn't seem to. All right, first do this. Throw this in the garbage. How about if we do that? Accept. Okay. Yeah, it's being finicky. I don't know why it's not doing. All you need to do is hover over and then left click and it gets added. But for some reason, okay, for some reason it wasn't doing that. So I apologize. Let's see. We need one more rim and one more tire. I'm hoping we can get those fixed. There's the rim. And there's one more tire. There it is, accept. All right, so for repairs, it's going to cost us $551. All right. So we got that repaired. We're going to get out of here. Let's go to the paint table and see if we can't paint the, I want to paint the frame. Engine cover, tank cover, caliper. Frame, too low painting table level. Okay, so we have to level up our painting table. Let's take a look at our skills tree here. Progress. Unlocks the ability to paint decals. Unlocks the ability to repair electronic parts. That's the one we want. How many do we have? We have 5 skill points. This costs 3. So I think if we... Oh, we got to click and hold. All right, so now we can do... Increases max parts number to repair. We've got 2 skill points left. That takes 3. Decal painting takes 2. Faster service, 3. More junk. The player can take up to 14 parts from the junkyard. I'm going to go with the paint decals. All right, so there we are. We've increased our abilities a little bit. Paint table. If I go to... I don't want to replace just yet. I think we can just go to the shop. Interior shop. Okay, so devices. We've got tire balancer version 2. We have paint table, tire changer, repair table version 2. So we don't have paint table version 2 yet. We do have balancer, changer, and brake lathe, as well as repair table 2. So available at 10. So we've still got 2 levels to go. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead And again, for the sake of just being able to try and get, for the sake of just trying to get this thing so we can move on from it. Let's see, can I go? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What I meant to do is inventory. Was that what I wanted to do? Or shop? Let's see, motorcycle management. From the frame, we're going to do that. Okay. Place here. All right, so we're going to kind of backwards engineer now. We've got some repaired parts. We'll start throwing stuff back on here. If we go here, go to the engine block lower, that's at 17%. We still fancy. So suspension rear is at 34%. So these things did not get repaired. I thought they got repaired. If I go here and repair, add parts, select all, accept. Engine block lower cover, oil filter cap, battery, spark plug, another 1,530 bucks. What did anything get repaired then? I think it was $5,000 I spent for repairs, wasn't it? This is the same thing that kind of go through with Car Mechanic Simulator and Plane Mechanic Simulator. With the first mission where you're kind of doing your own thing, it's kind of, you know, it's hit or miss. You're trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening. But I thought, I kind of figured that you're not going to be able to repair all the parts in one throw. You know what I mean? It can't be that easy. But if I add parts, engine oil pump, that's at 25%. Battery mount. Where is the engine block? I want to see the engine block. Hover over part to see. Okay. It would be kind of cool if it would let you search, right? Be able to just type in. Can we accept that? I want to add parts. I'm trying to start to rebuild the engine a little bit if I can. I didn't see the engine block though. $21 of $20. I don't know why it won't let me. It doesn't seem to let me repair these though. Add parts. Yeah. All right. Well, let's just let's slap this stuff back on here just so we can get it off of the bench, and then we'll. Again, we're spending a lot of cash here, and we're getting nowhere. So let's get this thing reassembled. We'll park it off to the side. We'll start bringing in some jobs just so we can get all right, where's my stuff? All of a sudden it's telling me I don't have any of this stuff, but I have this stuff. I can go there. I have a piston. I know I have a piston. So what is that about? I know I have an engine oil pump. Assemble mode. Engine starter. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Transmission selector drum. Transmission shaft. I know I have that. I took it off myself. Where are my parts? Why are my parts not showing up? That's my question. Radiator. I have all these parts. I know it. I took it off this bike. Top clamp. Fender front. All right, I know I have that too. Why does it not allow me to select those parts though? That's my question. Why am I not right leg? I don't understand why it's. We know we have it. We took it off. We took it off. Saddle frame. Is it too broken to be put back on? I don't understand. That's something that I got to figure out because I know I have those parts. Are you trying to tell me that those parts are just so busted that you can't, they can't be used? There's a mud flap. Did that come off this bike? Or was that something I bought? I think that was something I bought in the junkyard. Maybe that's another issue. Is those parts can't be put on until other parts get put on. Maybe that's another issue that I'm having, right? Yeah. See, that probably can't go on until we get the cover center on. No. Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me, but I don't know. That's because that's on there. I know I had one of those, didn't I? We had tank. Okay, so the tank is on. I don't think we had a radiator though. No. No. And yet I know we have those parts. I know it. I saw them. Engine cover. All right. Fuel valve. I think there's a filter that has to go in there. Yeah. Won't give me the. How do I look at my parts again? I forgot. Is it? No. All right. All right, let's try this. Let's just try moving it. Getting it out of the way for the time being. So we want the shop. Nope, we want the motorcycle management. That's what we want. Okay, so we're gonna park here. Can we park this here? Locations, move that motorcycle. Okay, so we're gonna move that here. All right, so that's where the Speedy is. So let's grab some mail. We got old bike, new look. Hello, I've had my machine for many years now, and it's never failed me yet, but I'm a bit bored with the current look of it. Most of the parts are in pretty poor shape, and the paint itself is outdated. Improve its look at least enough to fit more into the current times. rotor shaft, starter belt, paint the fender front and fender rear. Okay, we'll accept that. Yeah, we gotta get some work done. We need money. I should have figured that this was gonna cost us. All right, engine rotor shaft, and the starter belt. Okay, so we're gonna go here, the engine rotor. And I think, what was it? If we go here and we go to motorcycle status, engine rotor, and the engine rotor shaft. Now, if we lit those up, so now if we look, we can see there's the engine rotor, and the engine rotor shaft is here in the belly of the beast, so to speak. I think we're going to reach it probably from this side. So let's go ahead and we will open up our, what was it? I think it was tab, right? It's tab. Whoop, back out. Tab. No, Pete. It was, no, yeah, it was motorcycle status. Now we can go ahead and turn those off. Now that we know, we're going to pull off this. Oh, we got to empty the oil first. So now that I've figured that out, it makes things a lot easier. Escape to exit the procedure. We can now take this off. There's the engine rotor and the engine rotor shaft. We got to pull the shaft first and the engine rotor. Okay. We also, let's go ahead and take a look for the starter belt. There it is. Where's that at? All right, so that's right here. But in order to get that, we have to take that. In order to take that, we have to take that. Okay, so now we still got to get the kickstand. Now, and the suspension left. But before we do that, we got to pull this shock. Everything's connected, man. That is crazy talk. And we got to get the axle. Wow. Just to get, can I take this off? No, I can't. I got to pull this other nut. All right, so there's that. And there's that, right? And now thermostat hose. There we go. Now we can finally get this off. And there's the starter belt. Okay. So let's back out now. Let's head over to the bench. And we'll see if we can repair. I want to get rid of all this stuff. Is that why they're not available? Because they're on the repair table? Maybe that was my issue, right? Maybe that was the issue. Okay, so we're going to add engine rotor shaft, the engine rotor, and we need a starter belt, right? A starter belt. I think we're going to wind up having to buy a new starter belt. All right, so that's it. We're going to repair those two. Okay. Now let's come back over here, and I think we need a new starter belt. Let's, nope. I thought that was shop for a minute. This is a shop. We need a starter belt. And if you do it this way by going in this route, what winds up happening is it will automatically pick the right parts for the bike you're working on. So as that works out, much better. And then we're going to go to assemble mode. And we should be able to reassemble all of these things. We got the 100% and the 14. We're going to put the 14 on. Does that make sense, or does it make sense to go here? Engine rotor. Rotor shaft. Okay, now we can start to reassemble here. Okay. Okay, put that back on. Gear shift lever. Radiator hose. Thermostat hose A, we got to get that back on as well. Okay, the other thing what I'm going to do right now, motorcycle status. I want to turn off any lights I have on. I think that was it, just that one. Okay. Alternator cover can go back on. Okay, now we move back. The kickstand has to go back on. Left suspension. That was it. Okay. And rear axle. We'll put that back in as well. There we go. And rear shock. Okay. The other thing we're going to need is motorcycle maintenance. We got to go here to oil, and we're going to have to refill it. All right, so we've got that done. Now the client would also like us to paint the fender front and the fender rear. So let's, we can, good. I was going to say, hopefully I don't have to do too much disassembly to get to these fenders. And that brings up another question I have. Yeah, see this one. All right, we got to remove the, what is that? Why is the dipstick still? Oil fill tube is still glowing for some reason. Remove the left rear light. And I think we also need to remove the saddle. Why is it still glowing? I was going to say. All right, now we take this off. I think it's just a respray of what we have here. So I don't particularly think we have an issue, right? So we're going to go over. I'm going to hit escape to disconnect from that process. Come over here to the paint table. Right click. We're going to paint. We have fender front. And a fender rear. So I think these are the two here, the classics, right? Cheyenne Rovers. Is this a Cheyenne Rover? How would we do that? We would do shop. No, we would not do shop. We would do motorcycle management. We have a Classy, which is a Cheyenne Rover Classy. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm still trying to get, it's still not second nature yet, but it's getting there. Okay, so we have this, and I honestly, I don't want to change the color, right? I don't think so. All right, so A and D, turn it that way. S and W, turn it that way. Paint the whole part. We pick the color. Any decals? We could put a decal on there. Decal library. Okay. We don't want any decals. Close that. Text. We're not looking for text. Okay, so just painting. We're just going to do some painting, and there it is. Grid transparent. Import. What does import mean and export? Don't know. Let's just go paint whole part. All right, so that's where we're at. Paint whole part. Confirm. Did it paint it? I'm not sure. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like it painted it. Okay, so all right, because up here it does. There's no paint whole part. Grid transparency. Export. Click accept button to open dialog menu. Choose location and pass a file name to export paint. Okay, I don't want to do that. So that's if you do a paint job that you really like, right? All right, so I'm picking this color. I want to paint the whole part. Intense metallic, subtle. All right, so this is kind of the finish. So we've got subtle, which would be flat more likely. This is medium gloss, probably. Intense, subtle. Medium, intense, subtle. Didn't it say metallic? I thought it said metallic. Don't seem to have a... All right, so now... It's not painting it though. How what do I have to do to get it to paint? Angle, is that something? Doesn't seem to do anything. Grid transparency, what's... Confirm. But it didn't, I didn't paint it though. Okay, wait. Oh, that's why, dummy. Look over here, down in the lower left-hand corner, it says paint right mouse button. So now that we've got everything set up the way we want, press the right mouse button. Or the left mouse button. Again, it doesn't... ZX... It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Confirm, and it just kicks me out. But there's no check, so I'm obviously still not painting this. This seems a little more difficult than it really needs to be, you know? Here's my part. Here's my color. I've picked my color. I want to paint the whole part. Nothing is happening. XY axis, I don't know what that means. Subtle, medium, intense. I want intense. Grid transparency. Honestly, I don't... What is the point of it? I have no... I don't want to save this as a color to come back to. I'm not interested in that. I think I've painted things in the past, haven't I? I just don't remember how I did it. Color picker. Decal. I don't want a decal. I don't want any text. Unlock text painting in the private. Okay. I don't want any of that stuff. So I'm good. This is what I want here. What do I have to do to get it though? Add that color. Maybe that's it. Okay. So the color picker. Okay. So now we've got our color on our color wheel. I want to paint the whole part. I want to confirm. It's not doing anything. Okay, so there's that. Again, it just kicks me out when I hit confirm, so I don't... And it didn't paint anything. I don't know what to do. because I have to paint these parts and I can't figure out how to paint the parts. Is it enter? Is it, what is it? R to reset part position. There we go. Z and X, rotate the painting, Z and X. Z and X, nothing is A and D, that rotates. W and S. Left mouse button is doing nothing. Pressing the middle mouse button does nothing. Pressing the right mouse button does nothing. I cannot figure out how to paint a part. If I did that, color picker, picked white. We're on true white, just true white. Paint the whole part, confirm. Right? But now if I go back here, color picker, paint the whole part. See, now it says confirm, right? And now it's green. So it should be that easy, and yet I still don't have that. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I still don't have, confirmation up in the upper left-hand corner that I did it, but that's now white. So we're going to go back here. We're going to pick this color picker, paint the whole part, confirm. All right. So effectively, I guess essentially we've painted them. I guess that's what we did. It's just, no, I didn't want disassembly. I want assembly. We're going to put this rear fender back on. And we'll see if we get the check mark. We got the check mark. Okay. So I was making it harder than I thought it was. And because of the fact that I was repainting it the same color, basically, I didn't realize it was actually painting it. So I could have gone back at any time. It would be nice if they put something in there that was kind of like a spray paint sound or something, just to kind of reinforce the fact that the painting had taken place, you know? I think that would have been a lot more helpful. Especially since something like this, I don't know, what I mean, he told me to paint them, but he didn't tell me to change colors or finish, or, you know, he just said paint them. So it's like, all right, well, maybe he wants just a touch up, so it, you know, but his tank is still green, so I don't, if I come out with a whole nother color, that seems kind of strange, doesn't it? So if we look at it and we look up here in the work order, we fixed the engine rotor shaft, and the starter belt. We also painted the fender front and back. Actually for this, no, breakaway. For this project, that's really all there is. That's all there is. So we're going to grab the mailbox and we'll finish that up, and we should get paid for that. Okay, forest accident. Hello, on my last ride in the woods, I had a problem riding on dry sand, which resulted in me and my motorbike falling over. When I got up, I noticed that the back of my machine was badly damaged. Please repair it for me. Suspension rear left, suspension rear right, suspension shock left, suspension shock right, and tire rear. We'll take care of that. We got to change them. So they want to change objectives. Okay, so let's, another $2,070 and 100 XP. So we'll take that. Everything's in the rear here. So we're going to get back here. And the first thing I think we want to do is, and again, you can kind of see the parts that need repair are, you can see they're kind of in disrepair. So, yeah, so that's how that works. Let's take the axle rear off. And we got to get to that suspension. We got to get this wheel too. They said change. Suspension rear left, and it's classic. So, and we need a suspension shock left classic. I'll say these are classic. Okay, we still got to pull this. And the same thing over here, except we got to get rid of the caliper. Actually, the caliper can hang in. All right, so we need to go shopping. Suspension rear left, suspension rear right. We need 2 shock absorbers. Classic. I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that. He had 2 classic shocks. And a new tire rear. Just hit tab, Pete. I don't know why I'm messing with that. Just hit tab, brother. All right, we need tire rear. Down the hold fast here. Get this disc off. All right, so the nave rear. And, oh, this is where it starts to go. Oh, we can get the belt drive off. Ooh, cool. I was going to say, starting to look like we're going to have to do some major surgery here, boys and girls. Moms and dads, children of all the ages. All right, we can now pull this tire. We're going to disconnect by hitting escape. Come over to the tire changer. And I will have to get the new tire changer too. We got version 2 of all the equipment that's in there. I'm kind of thinking though, I'm thinking that I might want to get the new garage first. And see if maybe I should have done this, but it says change. You know what I mean? And I've already spent the money, so. Looking for a wheel and a tire. I think it's just the tire that needs to be. There's the rim. Rear. That's at 82%. I did not see the tire, so I'm assuming the tire is non-repairable. Let's see here. If we go back over here, I just want to make sure. Nope, I meant to do classic. Okay. So let's come back over here and we're going to select it just so we can go shopping. We need a tire. Brakes. Wait. Wheels. Rear tire classic, 67 bucks. Oh, that's not bad for a tire. Just hit the tab, don't hit the escape. Okay, now we're going to go back here. We'll put these together. Attach the tire. We want the right rim rear. We want the 100% tire. Now we're going to take the wheel. We want to come over here and balance it. Take the wheel. There we go. All right, so now we're into reassembly mode. We're already in reassembly. We don't need to be there. Got the new wheel on. The nave rear. Disc brake. Pad. Hold fast. That holds the brake disc to the wheel, it looks like. All right, so we've got the suspension right rear. We got 2 at 100%. No impact. No impact. Go with that. And we got the new shock. All right, so we're going to eat the cost of these parts, but you know what? Like I say, it's confusing to me because it says change. So get into that whole thing about, is change different than repair, or is it just, do I go with 100%? Or do I go with the 71? I'll give them 100. We got 2 of them. I try to take good care of my clients. That way they come back, you know? So that's why I just went ahead and bought it. Otherwise, I would have gone to the, actually, no, I'm going to back. Can I back out? Back out? Back out. Yeah, let's put the belt drive back on first. Otherwise, I would have gone to the bench first to see if I could repair it, but I got a little thrown off by that. So I'll have to make sure that in future, you know, change means, you know, make the repair, whatever that's going to entail. All right, I'm not going to give you a bunch of free stuff, so. Tire rear, I think we're done. I think we're done with this one, right? Assembly mode, everything looks assembled. Got everything going. I think there was a way to start the engine while it was on the stand. I don't know how to do it though. All right, I think I'm ready to call this one. I think done, right? Finish. All right, so we're starting to rebuild the coffers a little bit. Motorcycle simulator. I'm currently playing a motorcycle simulator, and I think my bike looks better in the game than it does in real life. Could you take a look at it for me? Brake disc front left, brake pad front left right. What? Brake pad front left right. Fork leg right, max speed +8, and suspension rear shock. Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's $3,700. We'll take it. Bring it in, brother. All right, so we're doing, and like I said, the next couple of episodes, I'm probably going to be grinding away on these types of things because we got to rebuild our coffers. We need 20 grand at the very least just to buy the new garage, and I think that's really where we're at. So max speed up to 66. Brake disc front left, brake pad front left right, and fork leg right. Suspension rear shock. Okay. Fork leg right. So that's where we're at. We need to remove the caliper. And we need to remove the fender. Okay. Fork leg right. The hold fast. Fork leg right. Okay. Now we got brake pad front left right. Brake pad front right. So we're gonna okay. So no, we're gonna assemble that. It's a little confusing, but it's brake pad front left right. So it's the one on the left side I want to disassemble. Oh, this brake disc is shot too. So that's brake pad front left. This is brake pad front left right. I'm going to pull that though because we do have to take this brake disc off Take the hold fast, get the axle front out. All right, so brake disc front left, brake pad front left right, fork leg right. Let's go see what we can do on the repair table. Repair. We're going to add some parts. Brake disc front left, brake pad front left right, and fork leg right. We can throw that up there. I don't know. Like I say, I think the pads you probably just replace, but we'll take a look. I think the new stuff tends to be up at the top. So I think if we get down this far, more than likely it's not here. Yeah. Okay, so the only thing we can repair is the fork leg right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fork leg right, we'll go ahead and repair. It's going to cost us $532 to repair that. All right, so we need a brake pad front left right and a fork and a brake disc. Okay, we'll go shopping. We're looking for brake disc front left. We're in wheels, there's brakes. Brake disc front left. Oh, and I don't know what they were. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to assembly mode, and we're just going to go here. Fancy. So they were fancy. And so we'll just buy a fancy. Brake disc front left. Brake disc front left, fancy. Modern. There's brake disc front left, fancy. We need one of those. I'm going to go ahead and put that on so I can see what. I didn't take a look at 100%. We're going to take that. All right, now we need fancy brake pad. Rear, we're looking for front left right. Front right left, front left right. There we go. Tab out. We'll go back over here. We'll assemblage them. The 100. 88. Okay. I think we're getting the hang of it. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I don't know if you'd want to trust me just yet. Front left caliper. Oh, man. Why do I have two of them? Both of them are fancy. Which one's which? I'm going to say this, that we're putting that one on. Because I'm thinking maybe the other one was for my dirt bike. And I got it fixed to 100%, so I'm not putting it on there. But this is, obviously, this is not a brand new bike, so there should be somewhere in the parts, right? Some of those parts, I got. This is the other thing, too, that gets me about almost all of these. Wait, I don't think I put brake pads on here, did I? Oh, I didn't take them off. But it starts to become just a nightmare with all of the parts and everything. Trying to keep everything, straight starts to become a nightmare. Although I do tend to hold on to parts, so I don't know if that's, more than likely that's me. But you get into the swing of things, you just start moving and grooving, all of a sudden you realize you've got a backlog of parts. And that's money, you know what I mean? You sell off those old broken parts that you can't do anything with. You make some money on that. Suspension rear shock, awesome. So we want to replace the suspension rear shock, which is hiding. I think it's probably up here, isn't it? Suspension rear. I think the shock is somewhere in here, right? There it is, right there. I don't know how we're gonna get it out of there though. All right, so there's something down here. Okay. And I think that's where I'm at now with the Motorcycle Mechanic Simulator. I've got that dirt bike out there that I'm working on. A lot of these parts have come off of that, and I just don't know where they're at. I don't know what is what, but I really do need to go through. So we need a suspension rear shock, awesome. So that will be another thing that I think I'm going to have to do soon. Suspension rear shock, fancy, modern, slick, epic, superb, awesome. 180 for that. We're going to buy that. Tab out. Let's go with assembly. I'm going to put the awesome in there. So yeah, so I think it's time for me to do that. But the problem is I got all these parts that need to go back on the dirt bike. So before I do that, I got to figure out which parts actually go on the dirt bike. And as you saw, we were having some issues with trying to figure out which ones were which. So there's that. We've got it. Okay, so now we've got to increase the speed to I'm going to disconnect just so we can get a better look at it. There we go. We need to increase the speed by 6, get it up to 66. Let's go to motorcycle status. And currently the max speed is at 60, so we got to increase by 6. So we'll hit this, go to the shop, and we're going to look at, what are we going to look at? Wheels. It's always kind of an easy upgrade because the wheels are so easy to get to. That's handling, though. That arrow represents handling, not speed. So we're not looking to increase the handling. We're looking for a speed increase. This right here, the kind of the speedometer symbol there, that's speed. And we get an increase of 5 if we put on the moderns, right? So of speed, yeah. The modern rims. And then we're back into handling. There's a 10. Rim front, rim. Now, see, this is my thing. Does this mean if I put this on the front, that's a +5? And then this on the rim, on the back, is that an extra +5? So all in all, that's like a +10 then? Or is it a situation where if you put one on, you get the +5. If you put both on, you're still at +5. Or I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not 100% sure how that works. Which is why I think I might go here. These are $400 though. What else can you do? Again, rims, super easy, right? Super easy to change out the rims. You just disconnect. Take them over to the tire changer, pull them off the old rim, put the new tires, the tires on the new rims, balance them, throw them on there. You're done and done, right? With this bike, as you can see, all of this plastic has to come off to do any sort of engine work or transmission work, or you know what I mean. any of that stuff winds up being really difficult with all of this stuff to do. So I think that's what we'll wind up doing. I think we're just going to wind up buying those new rims. I'm going to go up to the plus 10s here. $400 a piece, I know, but I want to make sure that I'm over the number. So we are, if we, again, tab, we're at max speed of 60. So let's put these both on and we'll see how it affects the motorcycle. Maybe we'll get a better understanding of what the deal is. Okay, so I think I'm still going to have to remove, yeah, in order to get that, we have to get this. The chain will come off. Sprocket wheel comes off. And then we're going to move. Oop. All right, so we're starting with the rear. This is kind of a, no, we don't need to take that. Now we've got this. Now we're going to detach by hitting the escape button twice because I hit that thing. Okay, first thing we got to do is come over here. And we want to dismantle because we want to put that tire on our new rim. All right, we'll take the tire, take the wheel. Now we're going to attach the tire, and we've got these huge, see, this only says a +5. Rim rear. Do I have a rim front? I do. So 85, that's 100. That's 100. So that's what I got, right? No. Pete, get your head in the game, bro. Get your head in the game. Okay, attach a tire. We want one of these fat daddies right here. Rim rear fancy. Boom, we're doing that. We got the tire rear. We're going 72 because that's what we needed to do. There's that. The rear tire has now been taken care of. We're going to go ahead and balance the wheel. We're going with that one. Max speed 66. Does that mean we have to get it right to 66, or can we go over? All right, so there's that. We're going to go, excuse me for a minute while I cough. All right, thank you for your patience. All right, I got to do it again. All right, somehow having a little bit of an issue. All right, so let's go ahead and bolt this up. We'll get this all put back on and sewn up. It will then tell us the numbers. That's the other thing, too, I started to talk about. It says max speed 66. Does that mean I have to stop at 66, or does it mean it has a minimum it has to do? Well, that would be minimum, right, Pete? But minimum, it would have to do at least a maximum of 66 miles per hour. I don't know. These are questions I don't have answers to. I don't know if it's just a game thing. I think it's just a game thing, really. It's about how they determine things. So I don't really think it has much to do with the actual working on motorcycles. I think it's just about the game and how they want to quantify things. If they say max speed 66, meaning it has to go at the bare minimum, a maximum of 66 miles per hour. Did we get that all? I think that's buttoned up, right? I think that's all we needed to do with that. All right, so let's take a look at the motorcycle status. We're now at max speed, still at 60 though. I don't know why that says 60. We should at least have some bump, right? Well, maybe I got to do both. Let's see. Okay, so disassembly mode. Take the calipers off and the brake pads. Put the hold fast. And I think the brake disc, right? I think we got to take the brake disc off. But that's another question too, isn't it? And this is another problem that I've been having, is that you look at that in the shop and it says plus 10, but I may be putting the exact same rims on this bike. It may already have these rims. So whereas I think I'm getting a plus 10 boost, the reality is I'm getting just, you know, kind of same old, same old. So you wind up at 60 anyway. In other words, it's like a push, you know what I mean? Because it looks like, now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to disconnect. Let's go back. We're going to take this, oh, the wrong way. We're going to take this one apart. Yeah, see, it's fancy. So it's already got a fancy. So I actually have to go up bigger. I got to go bigger than this. Actually, let's... All right. So I'm spending money I don't have, which I shouldn't do. But again, the whole thing is about trying to grind so I can pick up more cash. So we're going with the rim. We're going with the slicks. I think we've just determined they already had the fancies, which is why we didn't see much change in the numbers. But we're going to go with the slicks now, and the slicks will set us free. They're gonna, okay. Can you not do any of this? Can you stop? Stop. No, I don't want that. Thank you. Holy cow, folks. All right, attached tire. We want slick. That's what we want. We want the slick right here. We're doing front, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. All right. So that's the other thing too. It really got to figure out a way to better track what parts you have. The other thing is, it would kind of be nice if it wasn't telling you that if it was using the parts you already have as the base rather than the base model. Because if it would have told me while I was in the shop that I already had the fancies, so putting fancies on was like a push, it was a 0 improvement, that would have been a big help. Instead, they let me look at it. They let me see that, oh, okay, that's an increase of 10. That should get us there. It was a fancy. I know that. Brakes. Let's get these brake pads back on here. That one's a little difficult. So yeah, because I'm finding myself running into that situation. I keep telling myself when I play the game, I really should have a pad of paper with me just so I can keep track of what parts are coming off and what parts I need to step up from. But of course I keep forgetting. So 79, we're gonna take that. Okay. Put the fender back on before we get everything buttoned up. All right, so this should definitely be some sort of an improvement. We should see some form of improvement. This is 100% because the other one was trashed. Okay. And that's it. I'm just going to have to start paying a lot more closer attention to what parts are on there. And that one was replaced, so that's 100%. Did not replace the calipers, so that can go on there first. It's 78%. That's fine with me. Got the hold fast on. Okay, so the front tire is buttoned up. We have made an improvement. Let's take a look now at our motorcycle status. See, we're up to 68 just by replacing that front tire. I'm going to run an experiment. So I hope you all are okay with just hanging out for a couple more minutes. So we're now at 68. I'm going to replace this rear tire, and we're going to see if it goes up even higher. Because I'm not sure of how they're working these back tires, the tires. Are they working them as a pair? Or are they working them individually? If I just change the front and not the front and back, I guess, which is, it's
It's possible. You know, with a motorcycle, you can have a different rim on the front as you do than you do on the back. I don't know if many people try to do that. I think they like to have the rims that match. So I don't know, but we're going to see if it has any sort of different impact. Right now, we know we're at 68. We are over the 66, which we needed again. So it doesn't have to be exactly 66. It can be over, but basically the bottom floor has to be 66. It has to be over 66 miles per hour. All right, so we're going to grab this, pull that off. Let's go attach. We want to go down to slick. To the slick. There it is. Okay. And we're going to go with the, I don't think it was 100. It was 72, right? Yeah, no tire repair. Okay, so there's our new tire. We're going to balance this tire. We don't want anything. Well, that took a minute. All right, so we're going to go into assembly mode. We'll start to assemble this back up, and we'll see if it has any impact on the stats. Because I think they were saying it was a plus 20. I think we were already increased by 10, so it'd be an increase of, I think, 10 points. So it should be up to, it's like 78, I think. There's that, I think. We got to get that'll come last. Okay, sprocket in. And then maybe we'll sell off a bunch of stuff too. And then we'll put the axle rear back in. And that's another thing. Maybe the axle will give us a little bit more speed. Okay, so there's that. It's all buttoned up. Let's take a look now at the numbers. We're at 76. So we got a total of 10, a boost of 10 from putting both of those on. Fork legs grease. Front wheel. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna leave it. I'll let him take it, I guess. Or do I not? Because he's not gonna pay. He's not paying me for that. He's not gonna pay me for that. Oh, I'm an old softy. What do you want from me? Okay, so we're gonna let him out of here with that. And let's go ahead and take a look at the mailbox. We'll finish that up. New furniture is now available. You have reached the next level. We're at level 9. We have $15,000. I think is there a parts thing where I can sell parts? Because I have a lot of parts. Interior shop progress. We have 4 skill points. The player can take up to 14 parts from the junkyard. That's only 2. Unlocks the ability to paint text. That's 2. Increases the max parts number to repair. That's 3. Unlocks the petrol meter. That's 3. And faster service. Faster liquid pouring and parts grease. That's not a big deal, really. This might be, I don't know what that does, though. Increase max parts number to repair. Okay, so we can repair more parts at a time. Unlocks the ability to paint text. I think we'll go ahead, because we haven't done anything as far as the junkyard goes. So I guess we'll go that one and then the text one. 2 there, and then we got 2 here. So we've unlocked those. We are maxed out on our screw mastering, part mastering. Still working on scrapper, repairing, and examination mastering. Again, there's a way to do that, and I don't know how. Shopaholic is maxed out. Quest master. So we're making our way up to 10. Again, the goal is to buy the new shop on the map here. So we get this bigger, that's where we're at. We're going here. We want to get this bigger shop, but we need 20,000 just to be able to buy it. So is there a bank? I think there's a bank, isn't there? There is a bank. What if I borrowed money to buy the bank? If I borrow all of the money to buy the bank, 20,000. Whoops. If I borrow the full 20 just to buy the garage, at 18%, my final repayment amount would be $23,625. But then you're on the hook. Then you're on the hook, and you got to be churning out. All right, that may happen, folks. That may happen, but not right now. I think we're going to end this one here. Let's go back here, though, and see if we can't figure out our motorcycle management. We want to grab this one. We're going to move that motorcycle into here. And now see if we can't... actually, we should just go here. You know what? That's money, though. Let's get the parts back on. Let's just get parts back on it and get it somewhat taken care of. Yeah, see, that was the thing, is I think they were somewhat locked up. So now that we've got them unlocked, we'll put all of the parts back on here, hopefully. All the parts, at least, that we had for it. I might end it before we finish that. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all the parts we pulled off of it back on here. We're going to grind away and try to get it up the capital to buy the next garage, at which point we should have an open bay where we can kind of stick this until we're ready to really work on it. Kind of jumped the gun a little bit, got out over my skis, which isn't new for me. I tend to do it quite a bit. But at least this way, there is some stuff we fixed to 100%. So, but I want to get this stuff out of my inventory. That way I know whatever is left in the inventory is basically just garbage. You know, I can sell it. I could try to repair it. I can get whatever, you know. But this way I'm not selling off the parts of the dirt bike that we need to rebuild it. All right, what else do we got? We got oil filter cap, gear lever. We got one of those. Very good. Foot peg. No foot peg. We do have a suspension bar, though. I do know that. If we have a suspension bar, we have a rear suspension axle. Chain runner, we do not have. Let's throw. Oh, I think I took that tire apart. Again, it was that whole thing about you can't fix it if it's still put together, which is true, but brake lever. We got some bolts got to be put on there. Suspension rear shock. Okay. Yeah. No foot pegs. We got no foot pegs on here. Clutch assembly sprocket. Don't have that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get this locked down. I think some of the stuff I'm seeing, I'm thinking we'll be able to fix that too. So, I'm just gonna say it. I think though what we need though is we need that extra. We need that extra lift. That way we can be working on this and be getting actual jobs through the shop as well. So, tank cover. We got the handlebars right there. All right, I think that's all the parts we have pretty much. We got a battery mount. And that's the thing too, is we can't really, oh, maybe we can now because we did level up. What else do we got over here? Radiator left. We don't have radiators. Do we have forks? I think we have forks. Yeah. All right, let's go see if we can't slap together a couple of wheels here. Not detach, we want attach. We have rim front, rim rear. I believe this was, these were the ones that were on there. And we were able to fix them to 100%, which is pretty cool. And that was the rim rear that was there. And again, 100% for both of those. So yeah, we were able to rescue the wheels. Very good. We're going to go here and we're going to balance a wheel. We'll do the front first. All right, so that one's done. And we'll balance the back. Furniture place, max to place. Yeah, we can like I said, we can upgrade our things too, which is another difficulty because, like we talked about, I'm trying to get the upgraded garage. But I really am wondering about these upgraded benches. I'm wondering if those would be worth, they're going to wind up being worth it. So I'm trying real hard not to spend the money to buy the new benches because it seems to me like those should be pretty cool. But I'm thinking once we get into the new garage, we can worry about upgrading our tools. But until then, I think we're going to be okay with. I'm going to try and make it with what we got. So I think we were able to fix that to 100%. So that's pretty cool. It's not bad. I mean, it's not a bad bike. We are still, there's still a ways to go, but there should be an engine head that goes on that engine. Because I know that piston wasn't just sitting out when I bought it. Hold fast. We got another hold fast on this side. All right. There you go. Got some brake pads here. Caliper. Okay. I kind of think, well, oh, that's why. We've got to put the piston roller back in. There we go. Now we're starting to get, that was fixed to 100% too. That was cool. Bolts. Gotta get the bolts in. Gasket. Yeah, so I mean, we did get some of it repaired. We didn't get all of it repaired. That's not to say that it's not repairable. There was some kind of an issue though with the selection process. So I think it's very real. We could more than likely do a lot more repairs on this. That one got done to 100. That one's 43%. That's 43%. Spark plug is down in this hole. There's that. Then we need the rocker arm exhaust assembly. That goes in there. Doesn't have any bolts. No, it's the intake. So we got intake, exhaust, and then these hold it down, I guess. That looked like it got repaired to 100%. That's 100% as well. So there you go. Like I say, we got some of it done. We're just going to have to, I think it's just going to be better if we wait till we get the bigger garage. That way we can kind of take it. If you were watching my car mechanic simulator videos, I'm doing the same thing. I'm rebuilding a car in there, and again, I got it in its own bay and stuff like that. So that's kind of a cool thing. And that way you can take it, part by part, and you should be able to, don't have that. So, I don't know if did that have a cover? I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. That's an exhaust pipe that we don't have. I don't see anything that needs to be taken care of. So I'm wondering if there was no head to it. So I think at this point that's where we're at. All the rest of the stuff was missing when we bought it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move this. We can now move this motorcycle management. We can move the Speedy over into a parking place. So we're open and ready to go. We have $15,368. We need to main quest. Oh wow, starting to get harder. Hi there. Hi. There is a chopper rally in our town next weekend. On this occasion, I would like to tweak the engine and the look a bit to be able to show off in front of my friends. Can you help me? So paint the fender front, the fender rear, the tank, cylinder A101 piston, cylinder B A01 piston, exhaust left, exhaust right. So we've got a lot more to do. A lot of stuff coming into the shop. We've got level 9. We need one more level. At that point, what was it? At level 10, we get to we can get the new painting table, which will be cool. Once we get the new garage, we can change over to the new tire balancer version 2, the tire changer version 2, and brake lathe 2, and we'll be able to do that. So come on back next time. We're getting in the swing of things. We're really starting to rock and roll. So I appreciate you. Hang around the channel. There's a lot more to see and do. Like, subscribe, and follow. It helps me, helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think of the game so far. But until I see you again, be safe, be well, be good. Be back here next time, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.